Hello, good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn lesson number 2, Natural Realms of the Earth, Part 1. So, what are natural realms? Realms means realm is nothing but the area which has the common features. The earth has many common features in many places. So, in such a way, there are several spheres, just like the earth divided into four spheres: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Now, let us see broad features of these spheres or realms, how they are interrelated, and also how human beings are interacting with them. See, first of all, let us see about lithosphere. What is meant by lithosphere? Lithosphere means it is the solid crust. Solid means it's not liquid or gaseous. Hard surface. Solid crust. Crust means the top layer of the earth is called crust, or the hard top part of the earth. It is made of rocks and minerals which are covered with a thick layer of soil. Generally, this lithosphere is derived from two Greek words. First one is litho. Litho means stone or hard rock. Spira. Spira means sphere. Just like sphere means ball-like shape. So, what are the examples for lithosphere? There are some forms of lithosphere. There are mountains, plateaus, plains, and valleys. So we can see all of them in this picture. See, lithosphere is not a smooth surface as we have seen on the globe. Globe seems to be a smooth surface, but it has high mountains, plateaus, highlands, low plains, deep valleys, all of them. See, these deep valleys are filled with the water, a vast body of water which is filled on the earth is called ocean. So there are number of oceans which are present on the lithosphere. Many of these spheres are made by wind. They are shaped by wind or air or water. See, generally most of these living beings, just like human beings, plants, and other animals also living on this lithosphere only. We use rocks and soils and other things found in this hard crust and in many ways. So next one is hydrosphere. Let us see about the hydrosphere. The realm of water or the vast body of water which is spread over the lithosphere is called hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is the word derived from two Greek words. First one is heuder and the other one is spira. Spira means sphere or ball, we know that. Heuder, what is meant by heuder? Heuder means water. Some part of the water found in deep down under the earth, under the rocks, that is called groundwater. Sometimes we also get some petroleum, crude oil and others. That is called as mineral oil, which is present in the underground. But there are some surface water resources, just like rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans, as you have seen in the picture. The third one is atmosphere. What is meant by atmosphere? Atmosphere is a thin layer of the air which is surrounded the earth is called atmosphere. It is a combination of two Greek words. It is derived from two Greek words. One is atmos, the other one is spira. Atmos means vapor, spira means sphere. It is consisting of large number of gases, including oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other dust particles also. See, we can see the picture from space, how the atmosphere seems to be around the earth. So the last one and the other one is biosphere. What is meant by biosphere? The realm of life, including bacteria, virus, and microorganisms, which live on high on atmosphere or deep in the oceans, constitutes the biosphere. See, biosphere is derived from two important Greek words. One is bios, the other one is spira. Bios means life, spira means sphere. Generally, life needs the presence of all the three realms, just like lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. That means land, water, and air. Without them, the biosphere cannot be present on the Earth's surface. See, even there are several spheres. They are interrelated on each other. We can see here atmosphere. Biosphere is depends upon atmosphere and lithosphere and hydrosphere. Okay, see, all of them are interrelated. Now let us see about the landforms. How the landforms are there. So generally the landforms are of landforms in the sense on the lithosphere we have several landforms just like mountains, valleys, deep valleys, U-shaped valleys, V-shaped valleys. So and several other landforms we can see on the Earth's surface. Here the lithosphere deals with the land we live upon. See, the crust is uneven. It is consisting of low basins. Some of them are filled with the water and some of them are continents. See, once upon a time the entire earth seems to be one particular landmass. The other entire the deep valley which is filled with water is a water mass. See, landmass said to be the continents and the water mass on the earth's surface is said to be the oceans. Landmass, see, the oceans and the continents are the first order landforms. The vast land which is called as Pangaea and Panthalassa is the name of the sea, ocean, which is present on the surface initially. See, they are basically formed on the surface. First of all, landmass and water mass is present. So that these two are formed in the beginning. That's why these are called as first order landforms. See, the entire landmass gradually, according to Alfred Wegener continental drift theory, or another geologist named as has also opinioned that the continents had moved from one particular continent to other place. Single continent was broken into several continents and the ocean water was spread out in between these continents which were broken up. See, here there are 7 continents just like North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia and Australia. Asia is the largest continent and Australia is the smallest continent. See, and there are 5 oceans. So we can see here Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and also Antarctic Ocean. Could you observe here Antarctic Ocean? See this Antarctic Ocean. Pacific Ocean can be seen both the sides because the Earth's shape is spherical. So Pacific Ocean can be seen both the sides of the Earth. See, we have presented the plane, the shape of the Earth on a plane surface. That's why Pacific Ocean seems to be both the sides. Now let us come to know about the second order landforms. So already we have learnt about the first order landforms. So what are the first order landforms? Oceans and continents. The vast land masses which are present on the earth are continents and the vast body of water is divided into oceans. So these two are the first order landforms already we have learned just now. Now we are going to learn about the second order landforms. See, generally the surface of the continents, already I told you, it is not even. Sometimes it seems to be the lowlands, plateaus, high mountains. See why these high mountains, lowlands, all of them are formed? Because of the internal process of the earth. Due to the interior of the earth, generally there is a vast magma chamber is there in the interior of the earth. The magma which has the which has with a high temperature, that means nearly 6,000 degrees temperature in the earth's interior. It is in the shape of molten. It circulates in the interior of the earth. Generally, it has also with a great pressure. So it tries to come out. So in this process, due to this, it is always active. This molten form is in active state. That's why, see, it is causing to create several landforms on the Earth's surface, just like mountains, plains, plateaus. Okay, due to the internal process, the landforms are formed. That's why these are called second order landforms. Second order landforms are formed due to the internal process of the earth. So we can see how they are formed. Earth seems to be, so you can see the picture here. The continents and interior of the earth is also there in the second picture. See, the earth can be divided internally. The internal structure can be divided into crust, mantle, core. Mantle can be divided into upper mantle, lower mantle. Core can be divided into outer core, inner core. So in such a way, see, this molten material is in different layers with the different states. The content, just we can see the earth as the jigsaw puzzle in the first one. Jigsaw puzzle means the puzzle which the children play. See, the pictures of animals will arrange in a right way. That is called jigsaw puzzle. It seems to be zigzag, but we'll arrange in a right way. So that is jigsaw puzzle. So earth also seems to be the jigsaw puzzle. See, at the borders of this puzzle, at the borders of this, we can have some, what is it? The earth can be floated on the mantle. Earth is floated on the mantle. On this mantle, the earth seems to be the plates. These plates are floating on the earth. Sometimes it pushes with each other. Sometimes it moves farther. So generally, scientists in the beginning, how this jigsaw puzzle, the continents looks like a pieces of jigsaw puzzle, how scientists thought in the beginning. Probably all the continents were held together, and how they broke up, gradually drifted and came to be the present places. So according to Alfred Wegener theory, continental drift theory, we had learned that. See, Earth from Pangea state to the present state, how the continent had formed in the continental drift theory, we learned. All the continents and even on the oceans are actually situated in a massive base of rocks which are called as plates. These plates are floating on the mantle. These plates are floating on the mantle. These are about 6 major plates and many other minor plates on the Earth's surface. So we can see the tectonic plates here. See here, North American plate. We can see here, North American plate. Next, Eurasian plate. Pacific plate. Pacific is twice we have seen. South American plate. Next, African plate. Australian plate. Here, Indo-Australian plate. So these are the major plates and 2 minor plates also there. One is Nazca plate and the other one is Arabian plate. So in such a way, the entire earth was, say on this, at every plate we can also see some boundary. See, that is the border of the plate. All these plates are actually float on the mantle. These are constantly being pushed each other. Sometimes one goes under the another plate. Sometimes one may comes up. So generally this movement, always the continents are floating on the earth. All these plates are floating on the mantle, but we cannot feel it. We can't feel this movement. As a result of this movement, one plate pushes another or the neighboring plate. The region where the two plates meet and push each other, a lot of pressure is exerted by each of them. See, generally, the one may put the pressure on the another one. Due to this, the landforms, there will be a change in the landform. See, these are called as plate tectonics. The movement of these plates on the Earth's surface is called as plate tectonics. This is called as plate tectonics. Now let us come to another one, sea floor spreading. What is meant by sea floor spreading? Generally, sea floor or ocean floor, how it spreads? Oceans. Under the oceans also, there are some joints for these plates. Joints for these plates. These plates are, while these plates are pushing with each other, generally with the great pressure, when one pushes the other one, due to this pushing, it bulges up. One may bulges up. So sometimes the lava rises from the plate joints. So generally the magma chamber, from the magma chamber, with a great pressure, the magma tries to escape from the interior of the earth. When it escapes from the interior, it searches for the fault line. Wherever the fault line is found, from this fault line, so the fissures may be taken place. With these fissures, from these fissures, with the great pressure, lava comes out. This lava, when it comes out in the oceans, they forms as the ridges. They forms as the ridges. These are called as ocean ridges. Ocean ridges are Emma. Hello. I already told you that the plates are float on the mantle. They are constantly being pushed with each other. Therefore, see, we cannot observe the movement of these plates. As a result of this pushing, automatically there are some landforms are formed on the surface, just like mountains, plateaus, so ridges. See, if you, for example, if you keep a cloth on the table, and with the left hand, if you push it, and from the right hand, with the left hand, if you keep your left hand on the cloth, and from the right side, if you push them towards the left, generally, while you are pushing the cloth towards the left, we can observe some folds. In the same way, the earth also creates some mountains due to just like bulk in shape due to the internal pressure, and they form as mountains or plateaus. So due to these internal processes, there are some ridges formed in the Earth's interior. So these ridges are formed in the oceans. These are causing some plateaus, hills, mountains. As you have seen on the surface, the same landforms also can be seen in the oceans. These are all made of basalt type of rocks. Generally, sometimes the lava which is coming from the interior through the fissures in the oceans, they spread in the ocean interior. That is called as sea floor spreading. If you observe this picture clearly, see here it is the magma chamber. In this magma chamber, from this magma chamber, the magma trying to escape from this fault line or the weak line, and or fissure means cracks or breaks on the surface of the crust. So from this, with a great pressure, it comes out. Gradually it cools down due to the ocean water, it moves like this. So gradually it spreads. It becomes the hard rock crust, and it spreads in the oceans. This is called as the seafloor spreading. So generally, sometimes new crust is formed leading to the seafloor spreading along the mid-ocean ridges. Mid-ocean ridge means in the middle of the ocean, we can also see some high lands or high mountains in the middle of the oceans due to this internal process only. Similarly, in the margins of the plates also, this type of ridges can be seen. Sometimes some plates, due to the collision of these plates while they are moving or while pushing each other, one plate may be drowned into the another one. So the drowning plate may be formed into the molten rock material. So due to the internal heat, with a lot of heat we can see the magma. This magma may be melts the hard rock crust into the molten material, and it forms as the again it forms as this hard crust also forms as the magma. So and the other land which is upside, see, it becomes the higher land, it pushes out, and the other one goes into the. Now let us see the movements of the earth. Generally the earth may have two kinds of movements. One is of a slow movement, the other one is sudden movement. Generally we have learnt about the rotation and revolution, they are different. Slow movements and sudden movement of the earth, due to the internal process of the earth, we can see there are two kinds of movements, two kinds of changes on the lithosphere. So the first one is slow movement and the very slow movement, which we cannot notice or we cannot observe. The other one is sudden movement or a dramatic change on the earth's surface. Let us see about the movement, very slow movement. So due to this very slow movement, we can see the formation of the crust, just like mountains, plateaus, valleys, all these are formed due to the very slow movement of the continental plates. There are also sudden movements. Due to the sudden movements, we can have the volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and other natural calamities. Now let us see about the slow movements. In the slow movements, very slow movements, volcanic eruptions, very slow movements, we can see the formation of the continents and also the ridges. Now already we have, just now we learnt about it, just like sea floor spreading, formation of ridges, plateaus and others. Now the other one is sudden movement of the internal material on the earth. So due to the sudden movement, generally the volcanic eruptions may be taken place. What are volcanoes? Volcanoes means the molten rock material which is from mantle erupts out of the surface or onto the earth's surface is called the volcano. The magma or the molten material which is accompanied by steam, smoke, gases from the depths of the earth tries to escape with a great pressure. It erupts, it comes out. So the place where it comes out is called the vent or opening of this volcano. These volcanic eruptions takes place due to the sudden processes in the internal or the interior of the earth. So generally, while the magma coming out, sometimes it gets solidified within the interior. In the way which it is coming out, it solidifies. It cools down and solidifies. Then a kind of rocks are formed. So they are called igneous rocks. They are called as igneous rocks. In Telugu we call it as Agni Silalu. See here, these lands, solidified material, which is formed interior of the earth, formed as the intrusive landforms. They are called as intrusive landforms. These intrusive landforms are covered with boulder rocks, and they are exposed sometimes due to the erosion of the covering rocks. A part of the lava sometimes which pours on the earth's surface of the earth forms the extrusive rocks. In some places it comes out and lava plateaus are formed. For example, Deccan Plateau, as you shown in the figure, we can see the Deccan Plateau. See, in this Deccan Plateau, through the fissures of the earth's interior, the lava came out and formed as the landform that is called as a Deccan Plateau in India. See here we can see the black soils and the layers how they seems to be. They are formed with the lava. Some important volcanoes in the world can be seen here. The first one is Sicily. It is an island in Italy. See, the name of this, in Sicily, there is a mountain named as Stromboli. The name of this volcano is Stromboli. It is present in Sicily Islands. Next, the other one is in West Indies Island, which is called as Mount Pelee. See here, if you observe it, Mount Vesuvius, it is present in Italy. The other one is Fujiyama Mountain, volcanic mountain. It is covered with snow. It is present in Japan. Mount Cotopaxi, it is in Ecuador. Ecuador is in South American continent. The other one is Mayon in Philippine Islands in Pacific Ocean near to China and Japan. So here another one is Kilimanjaro. I think all of you have seen a picture. What is it? You have seen a Rajinikanth song, Kilimanjaro song. In that also we can see this Kilimanjaro mountain. It is in Africa. Tanzania is the country in Africa. Next, the other one is barren islands which are in India and in the group of islands named as Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The other one is also in India named as Narkondam. It is also another volcanic mountain of India. Here, see, most of these volcanoes are present in Pacific Ocean. Luckily, we are saved. By the God's grace, most of the volcanic prone regions are in the borders of Pacific Ocean, the borders of Pacific Plate. So, this circle is called as the Pacific Rim or Pacific Ring of Fire. It is also called as Pacific Ring of Fire. So, mostly out of 560 volcanoes, more than 300 volcanoes are present in the Pacific Ocean. Even it erupts, we cannot observe. The Pacific Plate boundaries are found all the way around the Pacific Basin. It is called as the Pacific Ring of Fire or Pacific Rim. Thank you very much. Let us see